Welcome to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we are going to make blondies.
It's the all-free whole food plant-based cooking show.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Scindian Natural Food Products. Scindian is a family-owned and operated Australian company celebrating 20 years in business, making a wide range of affordable plant-based gluten-free products like burgers, sliders, sausages, and more. No preservatives, stabilizers, emulsifiers, or additives. Just clean, minimally processed, whole food ingredients that never compromise on flavor. In the US, you can find Scindian products in many independent health food and specialty grocery stores, and in the freezer aisle at select Meijer stores, or by ordering online at meijer.com. In Australia, you'll find them online at scindian.com.au and at your local supermarket. Scindian, guided by nature. Okay, so blondies. So blondies essentially are a brownie minus the chocolate, although we're gonna add chocolate in at the end. So it's just a really delicious bar. You're gonna love it, trust me. So we're just gonna get started. The full recipe will be in a link in the details below. So we're gonna start with 2.5 cups of rolled oats. I always buy organic, rolled oats. I'm making a mess here. So I can grind into flour. So that's what we're gonna do first. We're just gonna stick it in the blender and grind it until it's kind of a coarse flour, not a really fine flour. Okay, that looks great. There's still a little bit of grain left to it. It's not a super fine flour, because I find that if you leave it in a little bit coarser grind, the brownie mixture is a little bit fluffier, a little less dense. So we're just going to pop that into the bowl so that we can use our blender again. Okay, and I have 2 cups of dates. These are pitted deglette dates. You can use deglette or medjool. Either one works just fine. I've got 2 cups of unsweetened soy milk because the sweetness is going to come from those whole dates. But you can use whatever plant milk you choose. I've got 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And this is just a plain, just roasted peanuts ground up. That's all they are. And that's something that when you're shopping for peanut butter, you want to look really close at that jar, because a lot of those peanut butters now, they'll say peanut butter spread, and that's a good indicator that it's got loads of oil, added oil, and sugar, and maybe some other ingredients in there. But you don't want all that, you just want the peanuts, right? And we're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Oops, a little extra there. Okay. And the same thing. Now we're going to blend this up until the dates are just pulverized and this is a nice creamy mixture. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share with you some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos are made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting members. We create this show to share all of the delicious plant-based recipes we use in our own family kitchen with the hundreds of thousands of viewers just like you who tune in each month from all over the world. Our supporting memberships offer great perks like access to our ebooks and in-depth courses, including our 28-day Plant-Based Made Easy course, where we offer a step-by-step guide to making the switch to a fully plant-based diet. If you love our content, please join us on our mission to share this life-changing message with the world and become a supporting member today by following the link in the description. Okay, let's get back to the show. Okay, there we go. So this is just so quick and easy. I love this and it's so amazingly satisfying. I just love it. Okay, so now we've got 2 tablespoons of ground flax meal. We've got 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And we're gonna mix that into our flour before we pour this in there. You gotta make sure you get that all mixed in well so you don't get any chunks of that, you know, baking soda or baking powder. Okay. And now we add this. So in testing this, we've tested this many times. And I don't think it was just to get it perfected. I actually think that everyone just liked it so much, we just thought it needed another try, right? So we've eaten a lot of these blondies lately. Okay, so you want to mix that up really good. And you could use it just like this. You could just have it as just an original blondies. And sometimes I think they put white chocolate chips or something in there. But you could use it just like this as a bar. Or you could add what I'm gonna add, some chocolate chips. Now this brand is the only brand we've found so far in our local Whole Foods called Enjoy Life. It is literally just unsweetened chocolate and cane sugar. So these are not sugar-free, and we know that. But every once in a while, I figure it's okay to have just a little bit of chocolate. So we're gonna throw those in there. But if you wanna be completely sugar-free, you can always use cacao nibs, or if you're not a huge fan of chocolate, you could go with maybe goji berries, or even chopped up apricots, something like that, some dried fruit. That would be really delicious too. So this mixture really lends itself to a lot of different versions. Okay, there we go with that. Now we're gonna get this into our pan. So my oven is already preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I just have a brownie pan here. I believe it's there's no measurements, but I think it's a 9x9, just a standard brownie pan that I've lined with parchment, just so that I don't have to wash this pan. So these are gonna be pretty thick brownies. We like ours kind of thick. If you don't like thicker brownies, you can always use a little bit larger container or pan, so you get more of a flatter type of brownie. But we like them thick. So that's how we're gonna make them today. Okay, so just spread that out, smooth out the top just a little bit. And we're gonna stick this into the oven for anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes, and you'll just have to check them. If you're making it in the larger pan, it might take more between 25 and 30 minutes. You're just gonna have to check them just by pressing in the top when it's close to being done. And if, you know, if that top comes back up and it doesn't stay dented in, then you know you're just right. Okay guys, come on in for a look. They are done and they smell amazing. You can tell they're kind of gooey. You can tell that chocolate's melted in there. So I'm going to let these cool for about 10 to 15 minutes and then I'll meet you at the table for a tasting. Okay, time for a taste. Let's go in. Oh wow. These are my absolute new favorite dessert. They're so delicious, rich. It's really best. I like to have it with a little cup of coffee or a cup of nice cold soy milk. Look at that. Wow. Okay, let's taste it. I think my head just exploded. Those are so good. I can't wait till you guys try these. Please be sure to let me know what you think. Give this a like and I'll see you next time.